All right, listen, I got questions here, okay? We need some answers. What is up, Hidden Gem fam? Welcome back to the channel, and thanks for being here. Thanks for showing your support yet again. So today's gonna be an interesting video because we're going to dissect basically somebody who created a video replying to me, and not really a reply, but giving his thoughts on Jade Protocol and if it's a scam or if they're gonna rug. Now, one of the reasons why that I'm replying to this, and I actually have a really detailed time-stamped replies and arguments and feedback as well. The reason why I'm even doing this is because I want to inform you guys, and I'm in the same boat as you if you're in Jade. So if we all go down, if you go down, I'm going down with you, okay? Let's say if it's a sinking ship, I'm going down with you guys. Now, again, one thing that I believe in wholeheartedly, and the reason why I'm even replying, is because one of my favorite books, you guys can read it, it's Principles by Ray Dalio, and that's how he built his entire company to be one of the biggest firms in finance ever. And he practices or implements this theory called an idea meritocracy. And an idea meritocracy is everybody should have in like an organization, in a company, whatever it is, should always have their thoughts, opinions, whether positive or negative, be put out to voice whatever you think, because that's how you grow. That's how a community grows. That's how thought-provoking, advancements happen. So, and I believe a true leader will listen to anything positive, negative, and reflect on that. So that's exactly what I'm doing with and I'm not calling myself like an insane leader. I'm just saying, like, leaders that do that are great. I'm nowhere near to a phenomenal leader. Guys, if there's one thing that I can ever tell you is please, 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 if you have at least an ounce, not even an ounce, if you have an IQ over 1, and this isn't to like offend anybody, but if you have an IQ over 1, please don't do this. So at Jade Protocol, Jade, and I just found this completely randomly, by the way, Jade is my last hope to survive financially after losing 250. Oh my gosh. In the last 7 months, rug pulled 3 times. If you're in these super speculative plays, and you put in your life savings, you take a second mortgage, you sell your kidney, you give up your kid, which wouldn't suggest, but kids go for a lot of money these days apparently. But long story short, please, 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 there's a reason why there's a top 20 rank of coins that are safest, if you will, or top 10. Please, for the love of God and everything holy, please, please, please do not be a massive degenerate and put your entire life at risk. That's what I just want to say. Please be safe and don't put up the house. Okay, so that's all I got to say. So let's actually dive into this video because there's some really good points that are made that I also want to address. So let's start at 510.
Old data already, but 80% of rug pulls happens on Binance March chain. This is something that already, every time that I see something on the Binance March chain, I start doing more and more research before I invest my money, just because I already lost money on Binance March chain.
Okay. So listen, DeFi Farmer, again, I love your content, guys. I'm going to post a link to this video in the description. Go show him some love. Tell him I sent you. Be cool. Just help out other creators. He says that he doesn't like it because it's smells like a rug because it's on BSC. Given a lot of scams do happen on BSC, the Binance Smart Chain. However, you cannot make a direct correlation because you've been scammed in the past that BSC projects equals rugs. That's just not a fair argument to make.
Many people lose money on Binance March chain just because of how easy it is and how simple it is for you to create a token, create a website, and launch your token on the Binance March chain. Anyone can do it. I even made a video about how easy it is to create a cryptocurrency.
So he goes on to explain how easy it is to create a token and whatnot, but it's not easy to fork an entire reserve currency protocol, a DAO. It's just not that easy to go ahead and learn how to program on Solidity, deploy a contract, pay for the deployment, etc. So, but again, that doesn't necessarily mean it's not a scam, right? I'm just saying it's a lot easier to release some type of garbage meme coin and then rug everybody than it is to put so much effort into creating an entire protocol, an entire ecosystem, which we'll get to in a second. Next, he dives into the chart of Smart USDT, and this is the Smart coin essentially. And what Smart coin is, their project, let me open it up for you so you can see. Right over here, they are the original owners or the founders of Jade Protocol. This is their origin project, if you will. And I'm saying project because that's very important, and I'll get to it in a few minutes of what I think and my thoughts and kind of just data as well that I want to dive into. But listen to what he says here about the chart and barely any volume.
USDT. So it's the first token they created. It went all the way to almost 10 cents and then it lost completely. And you can see the same thing. Volume 1, 2, 3, 3 days of the first days, for 3 days only, it had positive volume, and then it lost all the volume. Like it never had more, it never had so much buy and sell volume at all. So this for me, it is a rug pull.
So his opinion is that it's a rug pull because it's low volume, but low volume doesn't equate to a rug pull. So you gotta, the correlation there is very hard to justify that low volume is a rug pull, or what he says is a soft pull. Now, listen, what it could also be due to is just horrible marketing and investors going ahead and just kind of pulling out and taking their investments out. So again, it's not confirmed, but I'm saying that's a possibility. So I want to show you the stats really quickly of their Twitter followers. Now, here's the other thing I want you to be aware about. If you see on the chart, he's around the 11th of November. So I would assume right here is probably the first or so, but the data here only starts at 11/27. So we can't see any data previously from there. However, just take a look at the followers even recently, 221, 295. That is due, like this current amount of followers they have is due to the growth of Jade, is due to the hype of Jade. So let me show you this as a comparison. So if we see December 10th, 1,130 followers, and we take a look at Jade on December 10th, 3,000, so 3,700. That's like a 3.7x, a 370% difference in followers. So it's safe to say that Jade has a lot more hype and a lot more investors that are eyeballing it. So in my opinion, it doesn't seem as if Smartcoin, that project, had a lot of marketing, had a lot of hype around it to begin with. And I think individuals noticed that were investing. So when it comes down to the volume that he's mentioning, of course there's no volume, given the fact that nobody heard about Smartcoin. There was no hype around it. Nobody was talking about it. So again, I don't think necessarily the correlation with volume equates to a soft rug or even a rug. There's a lot of different factors here, but again, it's still up for debate. We don't know. But I just want to make it a point that volume, again, doesn't equate to a rug precisely. So let's cover his next point over here.
It's like a rug pull to me. If this doesn't scream, help me, this is a rug pull, I don't know what to say. So if both Smart and Smarter Coin gave you nothing, and you can see right here, it was audited. See, it was audited by Rugdock. We're here at the Smart Coin Farm. See, Paladin, blockchain security, Rugdock, low risk, right? And you can see Rugdock actually looked into it. You can see there's a link.
So that's correct. Rugdock went ahead, and I'll show you right here. They basically KYC'd them, and what Rugdock does is these anonymous developers will go ahead and pay Rugdock to do a KYC, an anon KYC, and they show all their information to Rugdock. So if they ever rug or scam or steal people's money, Rugdock will go ahead and release their information to the feds, to law enforcement, and they'll also publish who they are essentially. So we can see a call between one of the Rugdock admins, one of their reviewers, and one of the dev owners was arranged by the Rugdock team. They asked for a passport and they produced it. The image on the license bears a strong resemblance to the person on the call. We asked them to confirm the contract by sending a transaction basically from the wallet. It was totally fine. So it proved ownership of that wallet. All this was recorded and the developer shared his screen during the entire transaction process. So again, this checks out. So I don't necessarily think they're going to go ahead and create a KYC, offer an anonymous KYC, and then rug. So like I said before, I actually think it didn't gain traction and it became a concept project. What do I mean by it became a concept project? Well, they retried, they rebranded, restarted with Jade. So like I said, Smartcoin didn't gain a lot of traction, but Jade is and did gain a lot of traction. And we can see what they're trying to do currently by kind of making those ecosystems intertwine with each other. because we saw that if you hold Jade and Smart, you stake it, you know, they're trying to go ahead and basically get liquidity into both protocols. And that's something I want to cover as well in just a few moments because he brings up a good point. So let's go to the next argument and the next point that DeFi Farmer makes.
So right here we have Danielesta, which is the founder of Wonderland Time, the Olympus DAO fork on Avalanche. Wonderland Time is not his first rodeo. Actually, he also has Abracadabra, and before that, he had Popsicle Finance. So we have right here Popsicle Finance. This is also his. So let's take a look at Popsicle Finance. Let's take a look at how it is going. So we go right here, Popsicle Finance, and well, would you take a look at this?
I kind of just watched this and I threw this argument out the window because as I wrote down, it's like comparing Elon Musk to Henrik Fisker. You know who Henrik Fisker is? Exactly. You know who Elon is? Exactly. But you want to know who Henrik Fisker is, what he did? Henrik Fisker started Fisker Automotive, or the Fisker Karma. So Fisker Automotive was an American company known for producing the Fisker Karma, which was the world's first production of luxury plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, aka Tesla before Tesla. So again, we're comparing Cesta to anonymous developers. We don't know their background. So this argument isn't necessarily valid by going through Daniel Cesta's previous projects that are extremely successful. Again, I just don't see the validity here that this could be a scam or a rug, given the fact that somebody else who has done this successfully in the past That's not a direct reflection off of this project or Jade. All right, let's head over to the next point.
Buy Jade, stake Jade, don't sell. I don't like this kind of mentality where whoever sells is the villain, because you should take profits on everything. We see that on every other platform. The majority of the time where there are maxis that always...
Okay, so I completely agree with this over here. However, I think it's also a really smart marketing tactic to go ahead and tell individuals that they're going to get rewarded, investors that they're going to get rewarded by purchasing the actual asset, which is Jade, and then staking it and don't sell. So they're encouraging people to stake, and they're encouraging them to do this by airdropping a lot of money. So it's a smart marketing move if this is not a scam. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. So here's the other thing. It's a double-sided sword here, is that it's a house of cards. It really is. When does it end, right? It's just this magical rotating circle here. When does it end? So if you tell people to buy, stake, and don't sell, there's gonna be people that go ahead and unstake and sell, and it's going to cause a domino effect for other stakers to do the same when we see price volatility push to the downside. It's a house of cards. It's great marketing if it works, and it's not a scam, but it's a house of cards. This isn't a sustainable model, which was one of the biggest reasons why I kind of think that Smart Coin, that project, was a concept. They're trying to take a new angle with Jade when they could have implemented this on Smart in order to go ahead and help their current holders gain more value in the underlying token price. So again, I find this interesting, and this is, one of the things that I kind of scratch my head about. It looks like they're just trying different things and seeing what sticks, right? So again, I'm a little iffy on the fact that they didn't stick with Smart. Okay, listen, I'll tell you firsthand, is that individuals and teams that are constantly going from project to project, they're not gonna stop. If they're willing to go ahead and kind of abandon Smart, what stops them from abandoning Jade onto the next? Right? So just keep that in the back of your mind at all given times as well. Next point.
With a purpose, I think they want to drops. They say they are the fastest growing DAO at all times, and I think it is with a purpose. I think they want to grow as fast as possible for them to have as much capital as possible, and then just dump everything on you guys. So again, this is my opinion. I might be saying some very stupid things.
This is a phenomenal point. I can't argue this, and neither should you as a staker as well. You got to understand how risky this is. They can do that very easily. We can't brush that off. This is a fact. And if you want to argue with me in the comments saying they're not going to do it, oh, okay, it's still a possibility. You can't argue the fact that it's a possibility. You don't know 100%. It's not guaranteed that they won't run away with everything. So to summarize this, before I let you go and have a fantastic weekend, I will say that I'm holding my opinion. I don't know if it's a scam, but listen, I'm in it for the ride. If it's a sinking ship, I'm in it with you guys. Let's just, it is what it is. So I'm going to end this here. I had KFC. I really need to use the bathroom. It's been a horrible day, horrible decisions. I'm never eating KFC again. I'll catch you all. All right, I got to go. I'll catch you all very soon.